What's up, Fantasy Champions? Spotlight Sports Network is excited to tell you about an amazing deal from Thrive Fantasy, your place for daily fantasy sports and esports. Right now, with promo code SS Network, Thrive Fantasy will match up to $50 of your first deposit. So go to thrivefantasy.com and sign up now with promo code SS Network. That's thrivefantasy.com, promo code SS Network.
Yo, what's going on today, man? No, y'all normally see this on Sundays, but we reverted it back to Monday because it was a busy Sunday. Y'all already know NFL Combine. Shout out to my boy Eric, man, doing the Combine all weekend. We saw some great defensive guys, and Jordan Davis toured up from Georgia this weekend.
Yeah, that dude, man.
Yeah, that dude is
unbelievable.
Hey, ain't no question about that dude. Mo to no mo. He definitely showed it in the Combine, but you saw some unreal defensive player. Shout out to the guy, Coach Spotlight. He's back this weekend. Don't know what shows you're going to see him on, but he's definitely back. Shout out to him. But hey, got the second episode of the Lift Off podcast, and I know me and my boy Max feeling good today. How you doing today, Max?
I'm good, bro. Huge win last night, man. Yep. I'm still in shock that we pulled that off, but it feels good. Victory Monday. Don't really experience that much, with the Houston Rockets. But hey, I just want to shout you and Eric out for that great week of the Combine, man. Very great insight. Awesome coverage. So now we're looking towards pro days for before the draft, but we got some NBA, man. NBA was going crazy this past weekend.
Yeah. So NBA was going a lot crazy this weekend. We're going to get into a lot of that at the end of the show, man, because we saw some great games this weekend, especially, goddamn Jason Tatum, man. That dude's a pit bull, man.
Oh, my God, bro. I was watching that game last night, and it was fun to watch, man. Just KD and Tatum just going back and forth, but Tatum was just on freaking real last night, man. I mean, shout out to him because I've been one of the people that has criticized Tatum in the past, but he's actually shown and shut me up, and he's proven himself that he is a superstar in this league, man. But yeah, that was an unreal game.
Unreal game. So what we gonna do? We gonna go back for the last games, before this Combine. So we're gonna look right into. We know we lost to the Magic by 8, which is the game we should have won that game.
Yeah.
We lost by 1 to the Clippers, 99-80, 80 to 98. On a Zubac pretty much block shot off a challenge. We lost that game. Guess what? We lost that game in the fourth quarter. We lost a 9-point lead going into the fourth quarter. We lost that lead, but the guys competed there, but you got to come out with that, find a way to come out that game. Reggie Jackson kind of killed us in the game. Zubac ate us up in the paint a lot. That's something we don't have. We don't have paint resistance at all. Just get carved in the paint.
Zubac, the next game out, because we played the back-to-back with the Clippers, he destroyed us in the second game as well. Like, that just shows you, man, we have nobody that can guard anybody down low. I mean, unreal.
Then we lose to them, like as you said, by 13 this time. We had a halftime lead. Then the second half came out. He just came out, wasn't ready to play in that second half, and Zubac started going inside the paint. Utah Jazz took them into overtime. We were down in that game, down by a bunch of 16 in that game. We lost
That
to
was
them.
a fun game. That was a fun game.
That was a fun game.
It sucks we lost that, but I was actually pretty impressed of what we were doing. I mean, Jalen Green was just shooting the lights out. You know, he finished with 27 points, but 11 from 16 from the field, 4 of 9 from 3-point land. So, I mean, we've seen Jalen Green make a huge step forward. I mean, we both criticized him on the podcast before, but man, since this All-Star break, he's came out on fire, efficient. That's the number one thing. And I'm just been really impressed. I mean, we saw last night his handles were he put Brandon. Yeah, he put Brandon Clark in a blender, man. Like that dude was just, that was nice. And that's what I wanted to see. We knew he can score, but I want to see more playmaking, like to see how he can, handle the ball and also facilitate it. So he's played phenomenal lately, man.
Yep. I mean, then we lose to Denver by 15. We lose to them by 15.
Then that was without Jokic.
That was without Jokic.
DeMarcus Cousins dropped 31 and 9 on us, bro.
The man that we released the year before when we had John Wall, he came out. I guess he came out. He remembered that. I saw what y'all remember what y'all did last summer. One of those right there. And then he destroyed us pretty much. And then we get to last night's basketball game.
Woo!
I mean, third quarter, the same quarters that have been losing us the game, the same quarters what won us this game last night, the third and the fourth quarter, 11-0 run. Kevin Porter Jr., our backcourt. Now, when is the last time you've seen guys outplay Ja Morant? Both Kevin Porter Jr. and Jalen Green outplayed Ja Morant last night.
Yeah.
Both of them outplayed Ja Morant. It's all around team effort, man, in that third quarter. Garrison Matthews at the end of the third quarter put us up in the lead, 92-90 with that big shot right there. Then we kind of took over in the fourth quarter, man. So, man, what's your thoughts on this game last night?
I loved it, man. It was just because, our core three guys, Wood, Porter, Jalen Green, they all balled, man. Like, all three of them. I mean, Christian Wood finished with 28 and 13. Kevin Porter with 29, and then Jalen Green with 24, 8 rebounds and 4 assists. Of course, Schroeder was not in this game, so a lot more minutes with those guys on the backcourt. But yeah, man, I mean, I was very impressed. Ja was not on. He shot 7 for 10 or 20. So, we got a little lucky there. He had a little off night. Everybody does. And then also we got pretty lucky with Jaren Jackson getting in foul trouble. He had 5 fouls early. So he only played like 13 minutes or so. So that's a key defender for the Grizzlies that were out. So yeah, man, I was just very impressed the way that we were just pushing the court, fast paced tempo, hitting our shots. Christian Wood was one of his best games in a while. I was very impressed, man.
Yeah. Very impressed. So we got some people in the chat. Grandizer, what's good? Burn, what's up? We play you guys today. The Miami Heat. Good. Congratulations on the win against the Grizzlies. Yep, big win. It seemed like every time we win a game, it's always against a contending team, which shows potential that we can beat good teams every game. We just don't have it every single game. Key in the building with us today.
What's up, Key?
What's up? Max and Donte, good win against the Memphis Grizzlies. Yes, indeed. My boy Minch, Money Making Minch in the building, and Jake the Snake is in the building supporting. Shout out to the thank you guys for the support. Last night, what we was talking about, of course, Dennis Schroeder won in the game, which means more minutes. I mean, Josh Christopher, 17 minutes, 8 points. When Schroeder wasn't on the team, that was just basically more of his stat line right there. And definitely when Schroeder's out, played definitely a good impact into his play last night. I mean, this someone, you knew someone was going to take a step back, have to lose minutes because of Schroeder came in. The moment it came out that Raphael Stone was keeping Dennis Schroeder, you knew someone is going to have to sacrifice, or you're not going to see someone play as much. But Josh Christopher played last night again. I think this guy should be playing, man. I think this guy should be playing. He's my favorite Rocket on the team. He's been struggling since Schroeder came on the team, but last night when Schroeder was out last night, Josh Christopher was the guy to step up. 8 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds, 4 for 6 from the field, man. 17 minutes, man. What you think about that, Josh Christopher last night?
I love Josh Christopher's as well, man. I just love his energy, the way he comes off the bench. He's a spark plug for us, very, very talented young kid, only 19 years old. The one thing I will say is he needs to worry about or keep his fouls down because he got 4 quick fouls. He still did his thing, but I would just, play a little bit slower. Don't get your hand in the cookie jar and get those, fouls. But yeah, I'm very excited to see Josh Christopher develop and see where he's at, especially next season. Yeah. I don't know what we're going to do with Christian Wood, but yeah, I love our backcourt, man. I just love our backcourt and those guys there. Tonight, though, Eric Gordon's out, so we could see a lot more Josh Christopher as well tonight because Gordon's going to be out.
Yeah, definitely, man. Like I say, he's one of my favorite guys. And he definitely stepped up to the challenge. He has been struggling since Schroeder been on this team.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to expect that from a young player. When you've been playing ever since Schroeder wasn't on the team, he's been playing very good. He was probably the hottest Rocket, probably on the team when Jalen Green was going to a little mental lapses a little bit. Josh Christopher was balling. But now Schroeder came in, got in the lineup. He started struggling a little bit, struggling to find his shot. Schroeder is out. Now he's getting those minutes that he used to get, and now that Schroeder's out, and he's been making the most of those minutes right there. Sengun was okay last night, but he has been scuffling a little bit as well, a little bit to find it. So.
Yeah, Jason says Sengun needs to play more. I agree. We've both been saying that, especially because we're at the point of the season where we're done. This is the time to put our young guys in and see how well they do. Maybe switch up the rotation. See the chemistry, how these guys play together. I mean, there's nothing for us to play for other than building camaraderie and building chemistry together. But yes, Sengun he played quite a bit last night. I think he had 22 minutes. Not bad. He played
22 minutes last night. That's not bad. That's pretty much almost he sat out just 20 minutes last night, pretty much over 20 minutes last night. That was pretty good minutes. KJ Martin only played 10 minutes last night. I wish he played more minutes, man. He was starting to get the feeling of that 3-point ball a little bit. He's been knocking down those threes a little bit. If he can knock them down consistently, imagine what type of player he will be. He will be tough to really actually stop with that athleticism and and him being able to high rise and stuff like that. Having an awesome 3-pointer to go along with that will make him more lethal. But I mean, like I say, let's talk about the hottest, Rocket. Since the All-Star break, Jalen Green has been inconsistent, a lot of consistency with him. We knew at some point he was going to turn on. Like, we all know he can score. His athleticism is elite. He has elite athleticism, which allow him to use that and out-athlete people.
Yeah. He's played phenomenal, man. He's played absolutely phenomenal. I mean,
you seen that shot go in now. That shot in the corner, out the inbounds, that was nasty. I mean, that was the straw that broke the camel's back last night. That 1.2 seconds coming off an in.
Is he there?
And that's part of athleticism come in right there.
Yeah, I mean, if you just take away that first game against the Clippers, the rest of the games he's played since the All-Star break has been lights out, bro. 24 points, 18 points, 27
Yeah,
points, 20 points. The 10 points were the game against the Clippers, the first game. Take that game away, man.
yeah,
And then you still got the Magic 23, 21 points. This kid has just been freaking lights out lately, man. And he's
yeah.
shooting above like 45% almost every single game. So like that's the one thing that we were, hammering down with him is just be consistent, be efficient, Can you
Yeah.
score at a efficient rate? And he has, man. Like he's been playing lights out. I love seeing this. Like this is the one bright spot that I will say that I'm looking forward to in this next, last couple weeks of the season. Just the
Yeah.
development in Jalen Green, because he's throwing his name in that hat for Rookie of the Year now. I mean, the
Yeah.
way he's been playing recently, at the first half of the season, I wouldn't say so, but recently you can't really take away from what he's been doing. I mean, out of the rookies, he's been one of the hottest rookies in the league lately.
I mean, especially last night, man. You seen that dude? That dude put Brandon Clark in a blender on some skates. Pretty much put him in a popcorn machine. But he has never been afraid to take a big shot when it's needed. You saw a beginning of the season, the game against the Lakers, when he hit a big shot in the LA. That was probably one of his first real big games early in the season when we had about 20 turnovers and should have won that second part of the game right there, because we had him on a back-to-back. We lost by 10, but the first time we had too many turnovers. Second time we was in LA, we actually had the lead by like 10 in the third quarter until LeBron James, actually happened on us. And Jalen Green hits a big three-point shot. And Kevin Porter Jr. had a good look. He just missed it for the game winner right there.
Mm-hmm.
But those are one of those glimpses that you saw out of Jalen Green. But if he can continue to work on that jump shot, make that consistently, now he's becoming a better ball handler, a better decision maker, a willing passer, just becoming a willing passer. That will make you better alone. But that man's been tearing it up from the three-point line. If he makes that guy's going to be a superstar. This guy's going to be a superstar in this league. If he makes a jump shot consistently.
We see it with his explosiveness. He can get up there and just yam it on anybody in the league, man. Like this kid's athleticism is just off the charts. If he hits that three, continuously, oh yeah, he's going to be a very big problem in the league. And I'm excited, man. Just the way these young guys have been playing lately. Even we've had a couple like bad losses, but like recently we've played, pretty competitively these past couple games. I know like the box score says like we lost by like 15, but those games have been close until the very end. So I mean
that's all we ask for is compete. If you're gonna lose, compete. Just compete. Just fight. And eventually you're gonna win. You're gonna win a game once you keep fighting. And this was a playoff contending team we beat. Most of our wins come against playoff contending teams. Probably the Magic and Thunder. Those are not playoff contending teams. But you start at Brooklyn. They're a playoff contending team. You start with the Bulls. They're a playoff contending team. Memphis are a playoff team. Milwaukee, we should have beat. We lost in the fourth quarter at home. That broke our losing streak. But we stuck with them. It was just at the end too much Giannis that game. Too much Giannis in that fourth quarter at that point of time. Denver, they're a playoff contending team. So we already got the core. We got the core. It's just a matter of time what we're going to do with Christian Wood. Do you trade him? Do you trade him in the offseason and get some assets for him? Eric Gordon, do you unleash him in the offseason? And a guy that's been struggling, but I can see him also being our backcourt of the future. But he did step it up in that third quarter last night. He was one of the reasons that we went on that 11-0 run. 19 points in the third quarter. Kevin Porter Jr. been struggling, but he picked it up last night with 19 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's gonna be interesting. The one guy I will say he hasn't really been playing that well for us is Jayshawn Tate. He did get hurt against the Jazz, but he only missed like a game, I think. Not even. I think he was actually
Yep.
in the lineup the next game. So I mean, he's been quiet for us. I love Jay Shante. He's one of those dogs that we need out there. Like he does all the dirty work, but I just want to see him step up a little bit more. And I'm taking away from that Jazz game, man. I mean, they had all their stars playing, like Mitchell, Gobert, Conley, Bogdanovich.
Yep.
Everyone was playing, man, and we stuck right with them all game long. We lost in overtime, but man, KJ Martin that game dropped 20 off the bench. That was awesome. Like, 20 and 7 off the bench. Woo. Like KJ Martin, that was a great game. One of the best games I've seen him play in a while. But yeah, man, it's just like the question mark with what we're gonna do with Christian Wood. I like Christian Wood as a player. Like I was hyped when we signed him, man. But I just know he's not gonna be there long term, And we got to think about, can we get something for him before he just leaves and that's it. So that's my mindset.
And it's an important thing that we must know as fans last night. Sometime I got a question about Kevin Porter and Christian Wood chemistry a little bit. There was a play last night that I think Kevin Porter shot a 3. Christian Wood rebounds it. Kevin Porter wide open, clapping his hands like this. Clapping his hands. Christian Wood brings it out, and Christian Wood tries to give him the ball. Kevin Porter did just like this. I'm starting to see a little bit of lack of chemistry right now between those two guys on the court. I can definitely see it on the court last night, but then again, Christian Wood goes up. I think Jay Shante shoots a 3 on that possession. Christian Wood gets the rebound. He gets fouled, and then next thing you know, you can see Christian Wood go over there, shake his hand a little bit. I'm starting to see a little something going on with that relationship right there. What you think about that?
Yeah, we know what Kevin Porter is, what kind of player he is. He's a hot-headed player. He likes having the ball most of the time. He's a very ball-dependent player. Like he doesn't really play off ball. You know what I'm saying? He needs the ball in his hands to make plays. And I mean, I think just when both guys are feeling it, because Christian Wood was on, Kevin Porter was on both last night. They just want to score. All they see is the bucket. All they see is the basket. So I just feel like, and they're young. They're all young. So I think they're just that mindset for both players are just like, I want to be the guy. I want to be the guy. It's like, it's not like it's me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we saw this with like, Russell Westbrook and KD kind of, one possession is him. The next possession is him. You know what I'm saying? There's no like teamwork. There's no fluidity between the two. They just both want to be the man. They both want to score. And maybe that's the case. We don't know, but that's definitely something to monitor for the rest of this season. It's just how these guys play together. I mean, you got to play unselfishness, that's it. That's it, man. Just finish the season strong. Try to get over that 20 win. I mean, we snapped our 12-game losing streak. Finally, you just got to play, with some heart. That's all I wanted.
And we
Is he frozen?
Yeah, I was frozen. I think my internet is messing up. I forgot to restart it. But we see in the game against Orlando. I mean, not against Orlando, but a game against Denver. That was the game that we got blown out, like pretty much in the second half.
Yeah.
In the second quarter. There was an issue going on between him and Christian Wood in the locker room. And John Lucas got in between it. And I don't know if these guys are on the same page. I don't know if these guys may not see eye to eye. Houston has a history of guys actually not seeing eye to eye. You go back to the James Harden and Dwight Howard crap again with those who literally wasn't talking, and it kind of divided the locker room on whose side everybody wanted to be on. And it was clearly Dwight Howard's, doing, because he felt like he needed more touches. He was never a good post player. He was always a good rebounder and above the rim type player. See, that's the difference. That's the decision what coaches make too. Again,
Yeah, I mean,
we
saw
had Kevin McHale. That loved the post, right? He's a post player, so he loved to go inside to Dwight Howard. Now he gets fired because of James Harden saying James Harden doesn't want him to be on part of the team. JB Bickerstaff's assistant. Now all of a sudden the offense is through James Harden. Now Dwight goes into a pick and roll above the rim situation. Dwight did not like it. And that's what JB Bickerstaff felt. And JB Bickerstaff was right. He was right about that. That was the right thing to do, because what happened? We had a 41-41 season. We needed to win the last 3 games just to make a playoff push, and Harden did that. So we have a history of guys butting heads, and the second year Harden and Chris Paul didn't see eye to eye, and that was clearly on James Harden right there, while Chris Paul actually left, and Daryl Morey traded Chris Paul because Chris Paul spoke up and held him accountable, and Mike D'Antoni accountable, saying, hey, we need to start more often. We need to get the ball moving. The ball just can't stick to James Harden. It just cannot stick. Everybody need a touch of the basketball. And Chris Paul was right from stepping up and saying that, because at times James Harden has the basketball. Everybody just stood around. And everybody knows what was going to happen, either step back or go to the basket. Chris Paul has the ball. Harden is standing around. Sometimes he's not even coming up the court. So we do have a history of players not connecting with each other.
Yeah, and then, we saw with Harden and Russ, homeboys from, California, as kids. They grew up together. They still butted heads, while both of them were on the team. I mean, a lot of that does go on Harden, like you said. Like, a lot of that, Harden's just that type of player. He's at the point of his career where, MVP, scoring titles, assist titles, like the dude just, he thinks he's the man, I mean, once that ego gets involved, then there's nothing that you can do or say to stop it. I mean, we just saw with Brooklyn, he was paired up with KD and Kyrie, he still wasn't happy. So it's like, I don't know, like I just feel like that is something that has been in our organization lately, is a lot of off-field drama, or like off the court drama, you know what I'm saying? And that's, I hate seeing that. I hate seeing that, man. Like,
I hate seeing that. I hate seeing that, definitely.
Like that whole halftime debacle, Kevin Porter leaving early, hitting the arena, Christian Wood getting benched the rest of that game. I mean, we don't want to see that, man. I don't care, like, if we have nothing to play for, man. We got to play smart. We got to be smarter than that, Yeah.
But it's just an organization. We've been going through that a lot lately. Guy that wants to butt heads and guys that's not on the same page. You want to be a fluent organization. That's how you can get guys to come to your organization. Good group of guys in the locker room. That's what a locker room veteran comes in at. Having a great locker room, you got to have a great locker room veteran to hold people accountable. And kind of John Lucas is kind of like that locker room veteran, but this time he's a coach. He's a coach, and he's well kind of respected. He's well respected. And again, I don't know. I think we should move on from Stephen Silas after this year. It's clearly we got the talent, but we just don't have the coaching to push this talent, motivate this young talent all the way up there. We clearly got the talent. You can clearly see it in the guys. We got 4 19-year-olds on this team. That's damn near averaging 8 points a game. 15 points, 15.3 Jalen Green averages. You got Kevin Porter Jr. averaging 14. Josh Christopher averaging 8 points a game. Sengun averaging 8 points a game. KJ Martin scores. So we got 4 19-year-olds that's already very.
Yeah, I can't wait till Garuba comes back
Yeah,
because he's
Kuzma,
like he could be our defensive anchor down low because that's the main thing when we drafted him. He played phenomenal defense, but he's been hurt all year and now he went under, season-ending surgery. I think on I forgot what he got surgery on, but he's been out almost the whole season just because of that injury. But yeah, I'm that's another guy I can't wait to watch play is him and see how well he does because like we need that defense, that defensive presence, man. Like the Capella type player that people are gonna be scared to come into the paint against us. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, every time we watch, the Rockets play, nobody is scared
yep,
to drive it on us, you know what I'm
yep,
saying? And like that's the thing about us, we don't have guys that can drive the ball like that are going to scare teams. They're all playing that zone defense, literally just forcing us to shoot a three.
yep.
Like I've seen that a lot, and like we can't be one dimensional and be successful. Like you can't do it, man.
Can't
Like
do it.
especially at like when we called, other teams like the Suns, when we call the
Mhm.
Heat games,
Yep,
man, just watching those teams play, it's like
yep,
poetry in motion. It seems like just the
yep.
way they play, just the way they, their teamwork, their chemistry is. I mean, it's unreal. I can't wait. Hopefully soon until we get to that point again.
Yeah, yeah. Because this is a time we used to be at that point, and people just feast off the paint. I mean, again, Adams had 23 points. They had
Yep.
24 paint points in the first quarter on
Yeah.
us. Everything scored in the paint in the first quarter on us. John Morant, he had 7 of 20, 22 points. Desmond Bain, I like this guy,
Yeah.
28 points. Desmond Bain is a sharpshooter. Brandon Clark had 8. Tyus Jones had 9 off the bench for him. DeAnthony Melton, ex-Rocket, who we pretty much traded away, was okay last night. The team for the Rockets, Jay Sean Tate, 4 points. Christian Wood, 28. 13. He does give you that consistency. But the problem with Wood, does he want to be a part of a rebuild team long term? I don't think he would. I don't think he would want to be. Think it's going to be a point of time, probably like in the off season, that he wants to move on and be a part of a winning organization. Especially, we are actually the first team that actually took a chance on him and gave him and pretty much put him out there on the scene where he can show everybody, oh, this is the type of player I am. This is what I can do I can help a contending team out. The Rockets were the first real chance, to take an eye on him. Detroit had him for one season. At the end of the year, he started showing flats in Detroit, and the Rockets picked him up. And now I believe this is his 3rd season with the Rockets. And I mean, like I say, I understand people saying they wouldn't let go Christian Wood, but you got to think about what the players thinking in mind. Would I want to be a part of a rebuild mode with this team? I'm 26 years old. I'm still young. I'm in the prime of my career so far, a little bit of prime in my career, not all the way in my prime, not in my 30s. I'm still 26. I want to go somewhere where I can compete and win. And people, like I know me and you look at that. And if you look at that, Christian Wood, I can see Christian Wood not being a part of this rebuild. So that's why I can say, let's look for calls for him in the offseason, see if what move we can get for him. We definitely can get a late first round pick, or probably even not even a late, probably a potential top pick, top 10 pick, or top 15 pick. What you think about that?
I say we can definitely get a first. I would say we can
Yeah.
probably get a first and a player from Christian
Okay.
Wood.
Okay.
Like, maybe a replacement on top of a pick.
Yeah.
But the one thing I will say, like the one thing about Christian Wood, he needs to work on defense and he needs to work
Yep.
on free throws. If he can do that, if he can
Yeah.
get better on defense and knock down maybe 70%, 75% free throw shooter, he will have a long career in this
Yeah.
league. Just because he's dynamic. He's a 6'11" and he can shoot that dude has a shot, okay? And like he he can get those boards, but he just gets bodied sometimes down
Yeah.
low. You know what I'm saying? That he just like maybe put some weight on. Get
Yep.
the way we handle Christian Wood right now is we don't really know where to put him. Like
Yeah.
it's that simple. He can't play the 5, but we don't have like what we need him out there, so we put him at the 4, but we're not going to start Sengun, which I don't like. We don't know what to do. And
Yes.
like you touched on before,
Yeah.
maybe they don't know how to play with each other, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying, Sengun and Wood. But obviously Christian Wood is not a 5, so maybe a team can, jump the gun and try to take calls for him that can use him at the 4 that already has like a great center. Like the Heat.
Yep.
Maybe
Adebayo's the center over there. You can put Christian Wood at the 4.
Exactly. And like just teams like that, like maybe the Lakers could probably use him, man. I mean, there's a bunch of teams that can use Christian Wood. But I mean, like I said, when he was with Detroit, he proved himself. He was a G League player, man. That dude came from the mud and he proved himself. He got a pretty nice payday with us. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I loved his grind and his like dedication to the game. I love him as a player. Don't get me wrong, but I don't like it. We've been saying, I just don't think he's going to be here long term. And I feel like we're at the point of his contract where we need to say, hey, all right, we need to get something for him before he leaves, and we don't get nothing at all from him. So I just feel like we can definitely get a first and a player.
And see what you just touched on right there. Maybe Steven Silas don't know what he's doing. Maybe he doesn't really actually know what he's doing. Because, like, when I seen Sengun and Ashley Wood on the floor together, I thought it was pretty good. Because Sengun can be a playmaker. Mm-hmm. He can make plays. He can pass. He can post up. So why not? We're not going anywhere anyway. Why not? Why not put him out there? Why not put that combination out there? We can rebound better. We'll better rebound much more better because Sengun is big inside. And Christian Wood will be at his natural position. And we know he can get about 13 to 11 rebounds a night. So the rebounding will be better. The paint won't be so goddamn open all the goddamn time.
Yeah.
I just put them both out there. Sengun develop one shot. That will make it work.
Yeah, and another thing I don't understand is like we put Jayshawn Tate at the 4. He can't defend guys like Anthony Davis and like like Kristaps Porzingis. The 4 like Jayshawn Tate is a 3. He's a small forward wing player. Like I don't understand that. So we're playing like 3 guards in our lineup. Put Jayshawn Tate there and then Christian Wood. I would say we need to test this lineup out. One game coming up. We need to get Kevin Porter at the 1, Jalen Green at the 2, Tate at the 3, KJ Martin at the 4, and then Christian Wood at the 5. Even though Christian Wood can't play the 5, I mean, I want to see that. I want to see that lineup in there.
I would love to see that lineup, but I would love to see KJ Martin get more minutes. It's been inconsistent with his minutes. It seems to me he'll play 20 minutes one game, like the game against Utah. But then next game he plays 10. He only gets 10 minutes. He only gets 10 minutes. I mean, it seemed like, do you want to play him this night, but you play him the next night, but you don't know if you want to play him. Give him full the next night. You give him, he had 20 points against Utah. So he played a lot of minutes. He played a lot of minutes to have those 20 points. But then he comes back with 10. So what do you want to do? It seemed like the night against Utah, he wanted to play him. Tonight, last night, it seemed like, is he in the rotation or what? Like Amani Brooks. When Amani Brooks was playing basketball, he was actually playing very, very good for the Rockets. Now he doesn't play, and he comes in, he's struggling, he missed a jump shot because you're not playing him. Mm-hmm. You're not playing them consistently. If the guys are hot, why you stop playing these guys? Why are they all of a sudden falling out of rotations when these guys are hot? Josh Christopher is hot. Schroeder comes in. It's almost like he's out of the rotation. But now Schroeder's hurt. Now you bring him up. Play 17 minutes. That's pretty good. 8 points. He's productive when he's playing. So the rotations, sometimes I don't know who does he want to play. Because he have mixed emotions. Why wait for Drew to go out and play now you want to play Josh Christopher and he's productive for you, that makes you look like an ass head coach because you got a player out. Now he comes back in, he gives you a spark that help you win, but now when Schroeder comes back, his role is going to be diminished again. So I don't know if Steven Silas, I don't know if he doesn't know what he's doing. I just don't know. And you're right up on that. I don't know if he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, and then recently he's been playing Deshaun Nix. We've seen a little bit of him. He doesn't play more than 7 minutes.
Yeah.
But I don't understand. I understand why we don't put KJ Martin at the 4 to start, because we just don't have a bench. We don't have any bigs on the bench. I mean, we have Bruno Fernando, but that dude stinks. And then that dude sucks, man.
Yeah, he sucks.
And then we don't play David Nwaba at all. I forgot he was even on our freaking team. But we just don't have any bigs. The only rotational players that we have for the front court is KJ Martin and Sengun. That's it. So we just don't have deep bench depth. And Raider Nation said we need John Wall. We don't need John Wall. John Wall needs to get the hell off the team.
Nah, I want him to hurry. Matter of fact, I want all season to hurry up so we can get him off this team.
That's what I'm saying.
Get his money off the books. I want all season to hurry up.
This off season, man, we could do a lot, because with when his contract finally gone, that's 47 freaking million freed up, man. I'm just like, I'm so excited to see what we do. I get it. Some players probably won't want to come here and play with us, but I think we can get 3 or 4 key role players with that 47 mil just from that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then on top of our draft picks, basically it's John Wall, Schroeder are the 2 main free agents that we have. And then and Schroeder leaves, that's another 5 mil. So we can be working with about $52 million this offseason.
To be honest, I'll let Schroeder walk. I'll let him walk, to be honest. To be honest, I will let him walk. I know he's been okay with the Rockets. He's not been really consistent, but I'll let him walk. Just the emergence of Josh Christopher, I'll let him walk. We're going young. We're rebuilding. Let him walk. Let him go somewhere else.
And I think Schroeder's the type of player that's going to want too much money that, he just turned down 20 mil. So he fucked up there. He's not going to get that anymore. He fucked that, man. He fucked that up. I'm sorry. He was over here on Twitter oh, I didn't fumble no bag, with him flexing in front of 3 cars. Man, you fumbled the bag. I'm sorry. You fumbled that bag.
And, and I definitely agree with you. And he said he didn't see any money, but he did see the money. He just didn't want to be in LA. He didn't want to be there. He didn't want to be there. The only reason you turn down the money because you don't want to be a part of the team. He is clearly the Lakers were tired of him, and he was tired of the Lakers. That's why he turned down that $20 million.
And he thinks he's a starting. He thinks he's a starting point guard. He's not. He's not a starting. I mean, with us, he is possibly, but I don't even agree with that. He should not start for us. But he's not a starting point guard in this league. I'm sorry. And he thinks he is, which good for him. Your confidence is high, but dude, you got to get back to the real world, man. You ain't no starting point guard in this league no more. I'm sorry. You're just not.
Yep. I mean, and again, man, I definitely agree with everything you just said. I let him walk. We definitely going to let John Wall get that money off the books. Get that money off the book. We definitely let him walk. And that brings me to another guy we talked about, Christian Wood. Eric Gordon, again, another guy. I don't know if he's not a free. I don't think he's a free agent next year, but I think we should consider listening to calls for him as well. Let him move on. He deserves better. He's been a professional. I don't think I heard anything about Eric Gordon coming out and saying anything. He's the ultimate professional, helping the young guys. The young guys love him. They like him. I think we can get a first round out of him. for a playoff contending team that wants to contend, and that Eric Gordon could be a part of. I think we can definitely get a first round. At this point, me and you said that let's get nothing but picks. Christian Wood, and you give up Eric Gordon. Get picks for these guys. Picks for these guys. Let's just load up on the picks.
So Eric Gordon is actually under contract with us until 2024. So he's going to be but the thing is with that, like we're stuck with Eric Gordon because we can't cut him because we're not going to save any money if we do. He's about to get paid 19 mil. His dead cap is like 18 mil. So like we would only get 1 mil. That's it. So you definitely got to trade Eric Gordon. Like that's the only that's our only option because if we cut him, we don't get nothing for it. So yeah, I didn't know that until I just looked it up, which shocking. Next season he's getting 19, but then the season after that he's getting 20 mil. So I mean, we overpay for Eric Gordon. Jesus Christ,
we did. Okay,
my Lord. But yeah, I definitely. You have to try to get something from Eric Gordon. I mean, I know there's definitely going to be teams out there that would definitely use Eric Gordon, especially next season. I mean, the guy can shoot it. When he's on, man, that dude's spot on. But when he's off, he's way off.
He's way off.
He can also drive it pretty well as well.
Yep.
He can drive that, So, like, he can score, down low and on three. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't really facilitate it or shoot mid-range shots. But, I mean, any team could use Eric Gordon. If you're going to be a playoff team next season and you need shooters, I could definitely see us trading him for maybe a first, but if not, maybe like two seconds or something like that.
Yeah. Like I say, again, this is Eric Gordon's most efficient year this year. Best efficient year this year since he's been with the Houston Rockets. He's definitely can drive it. He's big. He's very strong. The guy's strong when he go inside. Every time he goes inside, you can see him. You can literally see him duck his shoulder and people go off balance and he ends up making an acrobatic layup. He definitely can get to the basket, create his own shot. It's just Eric Gordon is just not that playmaker. He never was. He comes in with his attentions to very much get a spark and score. But a person like Eric Gordon can definitely help out a playoff contending team. So again, we did get the win last night, 123-112. We do play Miami tonight. Jesus Christ, that team is very, very good. So another team
win tonight,
back to back playing Memphis and
if we play tonight, if we win this, that would be very impressive. If we win tonight, we just beat the number 2 seed in the West. If we win tonight, we'll beat the number 1 team in the East. Now, will we win? No, I don't think we will. But especially because it's on a back-to-back, like the second legs of back-to-backs are always tough. And I mean, the Heat are probably one of the worst teams right now to play on the second leg of a back-to-back. So let them burn. We don't want to hear nothing from you, man. All right. I know you're a Heat fan.
Keeping it close for me, just keeping the game competitive and close for me. I would love that. Not losing to Miami by much, not getting blown out by Miami. I would love that more. I will actually love that if we do lose this game. Keeping it close, competing with the number 1 seed, and after beating the Memphis Grizzlies, but competing against Miami on a tough back-to-back, going into Miami right now. And even if we lose, competitiveness is all I care about. Keeping the game close is all you can keep the game close. If you can lose by a respectable 10 or in single digits, I'll be fine.
But I want to see Jalen Green drop 30. That's what I want. I want to see him drop 30 tonight.
He's the man. I'm telling you. If Jalen Green can give us 30 tonight, give us 30 against a good defense, against a good Miami team, this guy's a stud. This guy's a stud. Now, Memphis is a good defensive squad. He gave him 24 last night. But imagine against a Eric Spoelstra Miami Heat tonight. And trust me, you're gonna see Miami in the zone. Trust me, I'm telling you.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna be for real. You're gonna see the Miami Heat in a zone defense tonight. I'm guarantee you on that much.
Bam! I dropped 20 and 15 on us tonight, man. He's gonna do his thing down low, bro. He's gonna eat up all those rebounds. I mean, he'll probably have like 3 or 4 blocks. This dude's probably gonna go off tonight, man. Unless it's a blowout and they bench him. But yeah, I think Bam could go.
What's good? Iverson vlogs. I see.
Iverson, what's up?
I see the Suns yesterday, man. Tough loss for them yesterday, by 10 against Milwaukee.
But they were fighting though.
They were fighting. It was tied up in the fourth, wasn't it?
They were down to the wire like the last couple of minutes. But like the fact is, the Suns didn't have Cameron Johnson, Devin Booker, and Chris Paul, and they were doing that. That's impressive against the Bucks. Yeah, that's very impressive.
So last night we probably shot our best from the field, which is 52.4%. I don't know when did we ever get that hot. Did we ever be that hot? But we was hot last night, especially in the fourth quarter. We were hot in the fourth quarter last night. We were definitely hot. Memphis shot 45% from the field. Rockets shot 38% from three, 38.2% from three. Definitely outshot Memphis. They were 13 of 34. Memphis was 5 of 26 from downtown last night. That's not going to win you any type of ball games.
Yeah, right. Morant had 5 turnovers as well, so he wasn't taking care of the ball as well as he should have. But yeah, I mean, the fact that we got Jaren Jackson in foul trouble early, took him out of the game, neutralized him. He only played 13 minutes, like we touched on earlier, and then I mean, Steven Adams destroyed us down. I mean, that's the thing. Steven Adams fucking destroyed us. Okay, so let's imagine what Bam Adebayo can do to us. Okay? So we'll see how that's going to turn out. But I mean, overall, great win, man.
Great win.
I was so excited.
I mean, 24 of 36, still can't make free throws from the free throw line. That's 12 free throws. Memphis wasn't too much better. They 4 percentage points better than us, 70%. We actually out-rebounded them 45 to 40. We actually out-rebounded them. 23 assists. You know, we don't move the ball around too much.
Nope.
But Memphis had 27. They did move the ball pretty well. Memphis had 4 steals, had 12 steals. We only had 4. Memphis had 8 blocks. We had 5. We had 17 turnovers. That's how just basically much we average a game. We on the worst in the league and we the best team in the league and turn the ball over pretty much. 17 turnovers a game. That's just a lack of coaching.
How many turnovers did we have last night?
17. We had 17 turnovers last night, and that's undisciplined. Undisciplined. We lose. I mean, we lose games on the same thing. Turn the ball over. Just turn the ball over. We lose games on the same damn thing every single night. Just this night we shot the ball better. That was just pretty much it. Yeah. Points off turnovers. 24 points off those turnovers that we had against Memphis. Fast break points, 17 by Memphis. Memphis scored 72 points in the paint. Most of their 112 come in the paint.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, I mean, the fact that they only hit 5 threes and they scored 112 points, something like that.
And 74 was in the paint.
Fuck, man. I mean, if Ja wasn't off, if he hit half of his shots, and Jaren Jackson didn't get in foul trouble, we probably would have lost. But hey, we'll take the win. We'll take any win.
Yeah, we'll take any win. We'll take any win. How we get it, we definitely take that. So this time, this is gonna bring us around the league. So we do know the first game. We do know the first game that Jason Tatum, this guy, oh my God, it's the man. Oh my goodness. Ooh. This man, Kevin Durant, 37 points, 39 minutes. But he was outplayed by Jason Tatum. 54 points, 8 threes, 16 of 30. What you think about that performance, man?
It was a fun game, man. I watched this from start to finish. It was fun to watch, dude. It was Jason Tatum was just in his freaking bag. That's all I gotta say. This dude was unstoppable. And the one thing I will say the one thing I will say that was very, very questionable was I didn't see Kevin Durant defending Jason Tatum. I
Yeah,
saw a lot of Seth Curry. I saw a lot of like Patty Mills, a lot of, guys like that defending Jason Tatum. I mean, the dude was just exploiting the mismatch all game
yep,
long. And at some point, Kevin Durant should have been like, I got him. Everyone just stop trying to defend him. I got him. So that was one thing I will
yep,
say that was very suspect for me was I think Katie should have took control of that. And also, Steve Nash played a lot of Claxton and Aldridge, and he didn't play much of Drummond, which was shocking to me because they kept
mm,
driving it on the Nets. Celtics were because they had
yep,
nobody defensively that could stop them. Now, if you had Drummond in that game, that dude's a force down low defensively. He can, send your stuff packing. But yeah, I was shocked. I mean, he only had 17 minutes. Drummond did. I didn't see him at all in the second half, bro. Steve Nash took
yeah,
him out the rest of the second half, and that's when like Jason Tatum just became unfreaking stoppable at that point. But yeah, I mean
yeah,
Tatum just dude. I mean Jaylen Brown came back, his first game back from
yep.
his little injury.
21 points.
Yep, and he shot 8 of 17. So these
Yep,
guys were shooting freaking lights out.
yep.
But yeah, it
These
was it
guys
was
were shooting.
fun.
These guys were shooting the lights out against in Boston. Boston shot 48% from the field. They shot 47 from behind
I
the arc.
know, dude.
That's what killed. That's what pretty much killed. Brooklyn right there. 47 behind the arc, 17 threes. That's just too efficient right there. That's just too efficient making those threes right there. Both teams did well in the passing game as well. Brooklyn definitely out rebounded Boston 45 to 37. The turnovers was pretty good by Boston 10, but the 16 turnovers by Brooklyn, they had 16 turnovers, a little more, turnover prone. But again, Kyrie not playing home games is probably going to continue to hurt the Brooklyn Nets. That's going to continue to hurt the Brooklyn Nets now that they're under 500. Ben Simmons, we don't know his time frame. We don't know if he's going to play. We don't know if the man is hurt or does he want to play. Now, he acts out of Philly. Now, he's still not playing for Brooklyn, and he's not going to play against Philly. I mean, at what point do you think what this guy is doing? I don't know. I can't get a read on Ben Simmons. Max, if you can get a read on Ben Simmons and help us, what is Ben Simmons doing? Or is he hurt? Or what is going on? Is this hurting Brooklyn right now?
It's hurting Brooklyn. They're 32 and 33. They're one game under 500. They're 8th in the East. I mean, coming into this season, Donte, did you think the Lakers and the Nets would be competing for a play-in tournament?
No.
Like that's just crazy to me that both these teams are just struggling. And Travis, Kyrie can't play at home games even though the mandate is lifted today. He still can't play. He can enter the arena, but he still can't play because of the private sector laws in New York, because the Brooklyn Nets are a privately owned team. So they have a whole different set of laws. Researched that, and it still doesn't make sense. But yeah, I mean Simmons, they need him out there just because his defensive game. That's the main thing. These guys can't defend a freaking parked car. I mean, I'm serious, dude. I watching that game. They left so many guys open on transition. Bruce Brown was balling on him. He had 16 or I'm sorry, Bruce Brown plays with the Nets. But just guys like Pritchard were out there, shooting the lights out. They had Jaylen Brown, Tatum constantly open, bro. They need some defensive help, man, badly. They can score. They can score without him. They scored 120 last night, but dude, they need some defensive help bad. The Nets do.
Yep. We got some couple of Raiders fans in the building. My guy Travis, my guy Michael. This is an interesting question right here. What do you think about this question? Do you think it's going to be up to ownership for Kyrie to play? Okay.
No, it's not. But it's the laws in New York. It's a private sector laws, meaning like if you work for a company that's privately owned, they have their own set of laws. Even though the mandate's getting lifted today in New York, the vaccine mandate that is, so you can enter restaurants, gyms, closed-in places like that without showing proof of vaccination. Um, Even though that's the case, these privately owned businesses still they have their own mandate laws. Um,
Yeah.
and the mayor, Eric Adams for New York, basically came out and said, like, we're not going to give, you know, exception for one player or one person because it's not fair for the rest of the, businesses and stuff like that. So it's just New York. It's just New York. And okay, so you live in New York, so you would probably know more about it than I do. But that's just the stuff I've been reading. I have a video on my YouTube about the
Yeah.
whole Kyrie thing. It's MaxCoverage TV if you want to check that out. But
Yeah. I'll check it out, man.
people were bashing me on the comments saying I was an idiot, and I guess it was people are like saying that Eric Adams wasn't I didn't say Eric Adams was the guy to blame. I just said he's the guy calling the shots. He's the mayor. So
Yeah.
it's a very weird rule. I don't understand. Just the fact that you can be on the bench, but you can't walk 2 more feet and play on the court. I don't get it, bro. And like
Yeah.
away team players can come in there unvaccinated or not and play. It's
Mm-hmm.
stupid, man. It's just a stupid rule
It's just
right now.
stupid team. Yep.
Yeah.
But
So
we do got the Milwaukee Bucks beating the Phoenix Suns 132-122. Another big game. Chris Middleton had 44
yeah.
against the Phoenix Suns. 44, 5 and 8. Giannis had 19 and 13 and 6 assists. On the Sun side, you had 19 Crowder, Mikal Bridges 14, Aiden 30. Need to pay that man. Cameron Payne 23, 17 Shamit. It came down at the end a little bit of it when the Milwaukee Bucks took over. Is it a sense? I know Devin Booker didn't play, but is it a sense that, Chris Paul is in play on these a little bit of a mini struggle against Phoenix in Phoenix?
I think they'll be all right, man.
Okay.
I feel like I think Devin Booker is coming back sometime. I think maybe like in the next couple of days. He was just out because of COVID protocols, which actually the NFL just lifted their protocols, so there was no more COVID protocols in the NFL. So we'll see if the NBA does that as well, because like once one league does it, if the next one kind of follows suits. But yeah, so he's out because of that. He should be back soon, but I think they'll be solid without Chris Paul, but I don't think they'll win the championship without him. I think they need him to win the championship for sure. But just seeing the way Cameron Payne played last night, I mean, 23 points, 8 assists, 9 out of 19 shooting. That's freaking, dude.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's awesome against a Bucks team. I mean,
Yep.
Drew Holiday and them, man.
Yep.
Great defensive team, and he did that against them. And Cameron Payne at one point, man, was one of those guys that just did a little dancing on the bench with Russell Westbrook. So he revived his career.
Yeah, he definitely. Milwaukee, do you still got them as championship contenders in the Eastern Conference? Do you still got them as championship contenders?
For sure, man. I mean, if you have Giannis on that team, you're a championship contender team every year. I don't care about where they are in the standings. I mean, I still think Brooklyn's a contender, but that's just me. But they're scaring me a little bit over there in Brooklyn. But just Giannis, man, that dude's unreal. Middleton he's an all-star. He's not a superstar, but man, he can play. He can play, and then Drew Holiday just that perimeter defense and the scoring ability from him. They have a nice bench. I mean, Grayson Allen, even though he's a dirty player, he can shoot the lights out, man. I mean, he had a great game last night. And if you have shooters like that, you get Pat Connaughton back because he's hurt right now. I mean, Bobby Portis looks phenomenal this season.
Man, he looks good, man. He looks very good, man. His shooting got better. His shooting got way better. Way better, man. So,
and I'm glad that he's starting. Is Brook Lopez hurt?
Yeah, he's been hurt.
Yeah,
and I think he should stay starting. I think he should stay starting.
Yeah.
I think it's his job to lose. It's Bobby Porter's job to lose.
Yeah, I think Brook is a little bit better on defense, but dude, Bobby Portis he's a great player. And
he's a great player.
He was with the Knicks and he revived his career as well, like Cameron Payne. But they're definitely a championship contender team for me.
So So we move to Washington. The Washington Wizards beat the Indiana Pacers 133-123. I can tell you this much. We both think the Kings made the mistake trading away the wrong goddamn player.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they made a mistake on trading Buddy Hield. It's something that they did want to do, but Buddy Hield still can do Buddy Hield things.
Bro,
Halliburton
has
been awesome since he's been a Pacer. Yep. Buddy Hield's been balling.
Yeah.
He's been balling. He's been doing Buddy Hield type things still. But Halliburton has been great since he's been a Pacer. He's been great.
Yeah. I think he's frozen again. But I love Tyrese Halliburton, man. I love Tyrese Halliburton.
If the Sabonis in Sacramento would get them open.
I think Donte is frozen. You there?
Yeah, I'm here?
Yeah. Sorry, you kept freezing up again.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, that's me. And it's done in the Western Conference. So, but you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You keep freezing.
Yeah, I think it's my internet. Going crazy right now. Tyrese Halliburton has been strong for the Pacers, man.
Yeah, no, I love Tyrese Halliburton. I mean, since the trade happened, I said it's day one, man. I said they traded the wrong guard. I like De'Aaron Fox as well, but I'm just huge on Tyrese Halliburton. He just does it all. The dude is just a freaking all around player, and he's gonna be an all-star. Watch, he's gonna be an all-star either next season or the season after that. I think this kid is a beast, and the Knicks messed up bad when they passed up on Halliburton to draft Obi Toppin. That's a freaking crime. Like the Knicks drafted Obi Toppin over freaking Halliburton. That's insane to me. But but yeah, the Pacers, they have some nice guys over there. I don't think Brogdon and Miles Turner will be there for much longer. But man, I mean, just Buddy Hield and that Halliburton combination, they've been playing pretty well together, dude. Buddy Hield's been balling. Like, I feel like he's revived his career a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's good for them, but they're still going to be a freaking trash team. I mean, it sucks to say that, but they have no bench. They have no bench play. I mean, if you take all those guys out, they're just going to get down big, and then from then on, it's going to be tough for them to come back. But I just feel like that trade's been pretty equal so far. Sabonis has played well for the Kings, but I mean, we'll see. I just feel like it's one of those trades that's just like it won't matter down the line because I don't see Sabonis sticking with the Kings long
Yep.
term.
Yep.
And I don't see Halliburton sticking with the Pacers long term. So I mean, we'll see. It's just like a for now trade for me.
Yep. And on the other side, you got the Wizards who still 23 points.
Yeah.
How about Kristaps Porzingis? 25 for Porzingis. I mean,
21
the Wizards
minutes.
are fighting for a play-in spot. Yep.
Yeah.
They're fighting for a play-in. Yep.
21 minutes and he scores 25. That's just efficient. 7 for 12. Kuzma has still been balling lately. 23 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, 8 of 17 shooting. I mean, they have a decent team. I just wish Bradley Beal was healthy, man. Like for the Wizards' sake. I mean, imagine Bradley Beal right now with this team. I feel like this team could be kind of a sneaky team because they do have bench play. They have a deep bench. Ish Smith, Thomas Satoransky, Gafford, Ryu Hachimura. You know what I'm saying? So like they got some bench pieces in there. They can make some noise over there if they had Bradley Beal, but without him, I just feel like it's just gonna be there'll be a play-in team, but I don't think they're gonna make it in. But KP looks nice over there.
So yep. So we got Utah beating the OKC Thunder by 13. Cleveland break. You got Denver beats the Pelicans. Yep. Can you hear me?
Hey, yeah, I can hear you now.
Yep.
I was gonna say for the Cleveland, I don't know if you touched on this, but Jared Allen fractured his finger, so he's gonna be out indefinitely now. Yeah, so he's gonna be out. Yeah,
that's gonna hurt him.
So, I mean, that's a big loss for them. Evan Mobley, since he got hurt, he put up 20 points, 17 rebounds. So I feel like they might have to move Mobley to the 5 and input CD Osman like somewhere in that lineup because I don't know what else they would do. But yeah, that's a huge loss for the Cavs.
Yep. And you got Pelicans who's been playing good. They finally lose a game against the Nuggets, and the Knicks get them a win against the Clippers.
Yeah.
116-93.
I want to shout out
they get them a win.
I want to shout out freaking Quickly.
Yep.
Quickly had 21 and 10, bro, off the bench yesterday. So
big shout out to Emmanuel Quickly.
Yeah. But I wanted to shout this guy out before we head out. The last guy, LeBron James, bro.
Yeah. Had the game of the week pretty much.
Bro, so we saw 250 pieces this past weekend. If you guys missed it, Saturday night, LeBron put up 56 points on the Warriors, man. My God, the guy had everything going. I mean, he finished 19 out of 31 from the field, 6 out of 11 from three-point land, 10 boards, 3 assists, and 56 points. 39 minutes. My God, man. Hey, he's 37. He's 37 years old doing this, man. I mean, say what you want about the Lakers and how trash they've been, but dude, LeBron, man. Oh my God. He might win this scoring title this year.
Yep. Definitely. But it's closing time now. Final thoughts on tonight's game as at 6:30 in South Beach in Miami. Max, final thoughts after the win tonight, last night, and final thoughts on the game tonight. What do you want to see from this team tonight, and final thoughts after the game last night?
Tonight, I don't think it's gonna be a good one, man. I just don't think we're gonna play well on second leg of a back-to-back. Like I said, I mean that's just tough. I mean, against a tough team, we had to travel from Houston to Miami, playing a great defensive team. Bam Adebayo, like I said, he's gonna probably destroy us. I say we lose by like 17, but I just hope we keep it close. I hope we keep it competitive, fun to watch. But if we lose by less than 10, I'd be okay with that, honestly. Last night, like I said, it was nice to see, man. It was just a fresh air. We got a win. Finally broke our 12-game losing streak. Just gotta, finish strong. Just keep playing with heart, and just finish the season.
Same thing here with me, man. I'm glad that Kevin Porter Jr. was able to step up last night after he was struggling, and it's glad to see Jalen Green starting to have that consistency, get better at that jump shot.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great win last night against a great team and a great defensive team against Memphis. And tonight, if we lose, I want to go down with some fight. I just want to lose by single digits, and rebounding is going to come into play. Bam Adebayo is a playmaker, and he's a good shooter. He's a good defender, and you got to expect Eric Spoelstra is going to play zone against us to stop us from getting inside the paint. But, hey, I mean, just want to see a competitive game last night. And, it's another great show. Go ahead.
Jalen Green dropped 30 for us tonight.
Hey, he dropped 30. He's the man, man. So, another great episode of the fadeaway of the Liftoff podcast. Second episode, another great episode. Shout out to the Spotlight Sports Network and Coach Spotlight and Key for putting us on. Shout out to Max for helping me, get this going, man. We thought it would be great for the network. Put some Rockets content out there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Coming down to the wire. We did get a good win last night, but we're gonna see what was gonna happen during the season. Y'all will see me back today. I got the Sixers and Bulls tonight. That's gonna be very interesting. A late night game, St. Mary's, the team that beat Gonzaga.
They've been rolling lately.
Yep. That's why I'm watching them tonight. Getting a good beat on them tonight. So got a doubleheader tonight. So again, shout out to everybody. Shout out to Spotlight Sports Network. This is your boy Max. This is Coach Donte, and we'll see you guys next Sunday or next Monday for the next episode of the Liftoff podcast. So we'll see you guys later. Spotlight Sports Network. Max, Coach Donte, signing off. See you guys later, man.
See y'all later. Thanks for